Vipothesis. I still have some more to catch up on the ones I had prior to share with you all. But today I had a epiphany, a realization, a moment of clarity, or the dude in Tulsa used to call it a revelation. And in that, I went to go work out with some people tonight and give them some training, and because of the weather, they canceled out, which is fine, because I just enjoy doing it. Haven't done it in a while, and so with my daughter and hanging out with the grandkids, and anyway, I spend time with them. I just I have time anyway, so I spend an hour, nothing. Whatever time it was I spent with them. And I just think, wow, how great was that? Life and all the things that go along with it, and the struggles of humanity and the world and politics, all that just melted away or was gone, because at that moment where I was living in the now, playing with them and just truly, because, when I initially started, I'm like, man, I got to get going. I'm looking at my watch. But then at some point, I'm just like, I let it all go. And it was like, wow, this is great. This is what I should be doing at this moment in time in my life. Because, all the other, it's not even struggles. It's just all the potential struggles, all the things that are coming, the waves that are coming. Don't matter, because they're going to come either way, and if you ever been in a wave, there's different ways to deal with it, and I'm not an expert by any means, but I usually, when a wave comes, if I go dive into it below it before the crest or whatever, breaks or whatever. Very rarely do I kind of ride the crest, the little peak of it before it, because those are the ones that don't break. I always just dive in this. So it just reinforces what I do. And then I'm on the other side. But, so that's where I needed to be. And that's where, whoever you are, wherever you are, that's where you need to be. Just be where you need to be, with the people you need to be with, and love them. This whole dog and pony show, once again, is just, it's all it is. And it's going to pass. And it's going to crumble, and when it does, it does. And saying that, Vipothesis is thinking about running for an office sometime, very soon. He's putting his name on the ballot, and just be who I am. And and that is. But all these people miss, in my opinion, as far as being representatives, what does that mean? What were they there for? And how many of them are there? It's not like you're a member of the Senate where, there's, 2 per state, right? So those people deal on a broader issues, I would say. As a representative, who do you represent? And when you represent them, you represent them. I don't bring in my personal opinions or my sanctimonious ideas, for lack of a better term. I shouldn't. Because if I do, then I'm wrong. These people, if they elect somebody, because I'm sure it's not going to be me, but if they elect somebody, whoever they elect, they lost. They're worried about what somebody in D.C. is going to say, what the president's going to say. They're worried about that. They're not worried about the people who sent them there are going to say, and that's who they should be worried about. Those in effect are the people that hire you. When they say, you work for me, I pay your wages. When somebody says that, it's just on a taxpayer level. At some point, they're correct, because if you get to that position, if I were to get elected in this position, when I do it and announce it and fully do it, is I would work for them, right? And so I wouldn't, these whole debates and this other bull crap, that's all it is. Because who cares if you can argue something? Who cares if you're a legal expert? Who cares if you know the ins and outs of DC? Because that's something that should be looked at as a deficit, not a positive. So the thing is, the people that send you there are the people you represent, and you vote the way they want you to vote, not the way you want to vote, or the way some party tells you to vote, or some leader, because you're a representative, and who are you representing? You see, and this is why the system was set up, and it's not perfect, but it was set up, and it can work. But the people that they get in these elected positions are the ones who malign it, not the people who vote for them. You see, if I was on the right, the left, the far right, the far left, some extremist area, and those people who voted for me, then I would know that's how they wanted me to vote, right? And come hell and high water, I would. And then with the results would be on them, not on me, because that's what I'm voting for, you see. Now, if I went against the vote and then the results came on them, then that would be on me. But if I went there and I listened to them and I did, because they're hiring me. They truly are paying my wages. And so I work for them, and that's who I answer to. I don't answer to anybody else in reality other than to them. And so I would support what they wanted, you see, and there could be something that's congruent. Is you can live in the city, you can live in the county, you can live in the country, you can live rural, whatever, suburban, and they could all elect you, and they could all tell you to do something, and you could satisfy them all. You don't have to pit them against each other, because if they're in your district, they're all in your district. So if the farmer says, I need X, Y, and Z, then you can do that. But that doesn't affect the people, let's just say, for an example, in an inner city or a city or suburban area. It doesn't affect what they get, because they should still be entitled to, if I was talking about an inner city area, they should still be entitled to their kids getting free lunches or education or whatever they can get. Because in reality, it's just a basic education. It's not the best education, let's be honest. Because the teachers that supposedly are the better teachers wouldn't want to work there. And that's the issue. And going the other way, then the medical people don't want to go out there to those other communities. So that there has to be a balance, and it has to be equal everywhere. And so all things could be answered and all things could be done. And you don't have to pit your people that put you in this place against each other. There's no reason to. That's not, you don't work for the other people. You work for the people that are voting for you. So I know I got off on a tangent. Vipothesis. Love to everybody out there. I intend on doing this, and when I do, I'll let you know. And take care of yourself and your family. And know the Creator's good, and prayer works.